Welcome to this new episode of The Disabled Life. The purpose of this podcast is to tell people how I live my life. The name I'm using on the podcast now is The Disabled Guy, because I felt that you needed to hear something as opposed to just my voice there. I'm a disabled male living in Florida with cerebral palsy. I'm here to tell you how I live my life and some of the volunteer work that I do and how I managed to do it with cerebral palsy. Without further ado, let's go into the episode. What I'm going to talk to you about today is my experiences with COVID and somebody that I know's experiences with COVID. Okay. I had the two vaccines. The way they do it, I had the Pfizer vaccine. It was 2 shots. I took the 2 shots. I thought I was safe from the COVID. So I got the COVID. And my doctor did what they have to do, and they got me rid of the COVID, which was okay, which was cool. Okay, so I'm saying, okay, COVID is over with. So a few months later, almost a year later, I get sick again. So I go to a park where they were doing COVID testing, and there was no okay. Then there was no okay. So this person that I know was had COVID had the 3 shots, and she got COVID and that person got COVID twice. So okay, now back to me. I go and get the shot. I go and get the test, and lo and behold, the night after the test, I feel horrible. I can't sleep. I'm just terrible. I don't sleep all night. Whatever. So I'm like, God no, this is terrible. So then I decide, okay. So my doctor says, oh no, send me the results. Go back to the park, send me the results. I'm thinking, oh no, I don't feel well enough to do that. So I did some research on my own, because I have an MD now very close to me. And I went to her, and I looked at my computer, and I made sure, and I called to make sure, 1, it had COVID test, and 2, that they take the insurance. So I went there, and they gave me Paxlovid. That medicine is hard. That medicine is 4 pills a day. What was it? Yeah, it's 4 pills a day. So my take on the shots, I'm gonna be honest with you, is that they didn't work. Either they didn't design them right, they didn't test them right, and as a matter of fact, this person I'm talking about still has symptoms that we feel are from COVID and from the shots. So my feeling on that is that they rushed the shots out, and my feeling here is that they're still pushing shots. Some doctors are still pushing shots. So, even I go to my local pharmacy. I'm not going to say which pharmacy it is. They're still pushing shots. They're still offering the shots, the vaccines. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think they work, because I had it twice. The person I'm talking about had it 3 times, and with 3 shots. It's not right. I'll tell you, it's to me. Excuse me. I don't think, because I'll tell you, I'm sorry, I don't talk politics here normally, but I think this one's a political game. I think somebody in the government's been making money off this, and that's why they keep pushing these shots. If you don't agree with me, I'm sorry, but that's the way I feel. This is not. And I tell you, and I know somebody else. I'm not gonna give any names, but he got really sick. He lived in New York. he got really sick from this, where this person almost died. It's not, and that was because of a mandate in New York, and this is something that I don't agree with. I don't agree with mandates. If a shot is coming, offer it to me, but don't tell me that I have to take it in order to do this, and this. I don't agree with that. I took my shots and I took my vaccines and done. But no, I realize now that these things didn't work. It is something that I'm very passionate about. I don't feel that government should mandate things. Certain things, yes, like law, but not shots that are not proven. Shots that are in emergency use, no. For example, the Paxlovid was approved by emergency use, but the reason I know that the Paxlovid works is because it's an antiviral. I'm gonna say the antiviral. It is something it's something that I took, and I was feeling well. I was feeling functional within 3 hours. It's something that I am glad that they came up with because it worked. Because let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. My symptoms were worse the second time. I felt worse, but I also had Paxlovid, and the symptoms were stronger, but they were less long because what they did at the urgent care I went to, as I said, I talked to them. I talked to the person on site, and I go, I have a possible COVID, confirmed COVID exposure, and they checked me, and yes, they gave me within 20 minutes. They swabbed my nose, and within 15-20 minutes, the doctor walks in, shielded, masked, and gowned, and she says, "Yes, you have COVID." So I asked her to give me a paper copy of the prescription. So she did so. I went over to my pharmacy, picked it up for free, and here we go. And I started taking it that afternoon. And I was oops, wait a minute. What was going on here? And I was feeling better. And I honestly was feeling better within hours of that. It was something that I was happy about. And it's something, so that's why I feel that this COVID stuff is not something that is to play with. Some people are still scared. I'm not. I'm doing my normal life the way I do it. Yeah, I have no problem with that. It's because I'll tell you how I feel about emergency use stuff is they'll prove it quickly because they think it may work, but sometimes it does not work correctly. It is something that doesn't work correctly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. With this COVID thing, I don't think so. It's COVID is a virus right now. It's like another cold. I don't think I know that I'm not going to take another COVID shot. I'm not going to do that because I feel that that's not something I need to do. I took a flu shot this year, and I don't think I'm going to do that either anymore because it's I'm not because the COVID is because the COVID sometimes looks like a flu, and that's what you have to be careful of. Had to be careful of. Now with my health the way it is, I'm not worried about that. It's something that I need to I just have to be careful and don't get a cold. I haven't gotten a cold in almost a year, but that's fine. I'm not worried about this cold. I'm not worried about this thing, and so even though I'm disabled, I do have medical conditions like we all do, but it's nothing that I'm afraid of. It's nothing that's gonna kill me. It's just a cold. If you have respiratory issues, asthma, COPD, those type of things, I understand you. I understand why you're upset. I understand what the issue is. I get it. I understand. But having no COPD, having none of this. It's, I am as healthy as the next person on the street. So, I'm not worried about this thing. What I think is that they made money off of this. When I say they, I mean people in the government. I'm not going to say who, but people in the government. I normally don't talk about government things, but this one is, we need to discuss this one. Honestly, we do. So, with that, let me say thank you for your support. In closing, let me say thank you for listening to this episode of The Disabled Life. You can follow me on the following platforms. You can follow me at Good Pods. You can leave comments, messages there. You can also follow me on Twitter at The Disabled Guy. And you can also listen to me on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, and many others. Once again, thank you for listening, and I'll also give you my email. My email is Kilo Echo 4 Kilo Echo Yankee, or KE4KEY@gmail.com. Once again, thank you, and thank you for your support, and I'll see you next week. And I'm soon going to change this outro because I have to keep saying this over and over again. Okay. I did not know when I did this outro that I could do, that you could leave messages on Spotify or rate me on Spotify. You can do that. Please, if you feel so inclined, I'm not telling you to do so. If you like my content, a 5-star rating would be appreciated. And on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And also, I'm gonna give you another call to action. If you feel so inclined, on Facebook at The Disabled Guy, you can follow me there. You get promotion there. You get the direct